And good evening, everybody, and welcome into Season 10, Episode 4 of Stick to Sports. We've got an absolute banger of a show for you all today as we're recapping the World Series, MLB opt-outs, NFL trade deadline, as well as the NBA and the NHL. That's 5 whole topics, one whole hand. Alex, without further ado,
what do? We roll it!
Starting out in LA, which has officially and quickly become the city of champions, as the Dodgers raised their second World Series banner in back-to-back seasons. Connor, how exactly did the Dodgers pull off this improbable comeback, winning both Games 6 and 7 in Toronto to upset the Blue Jays?
2 words, Mike. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's pitched in 3 games throughout this 7-game series. In Game 2, he threw a complete game, only allowing 1 run while striking out 8. Then in Game 6, he went 6 innings, striking out 6, also only allowing 1 run. And in the most impressive performance that any player has had this postseason, on 0 days rest, Yamamoto comes out in Game 7 and tosses 2 2/3 scoreless innings, shuts out the Blue Jays, gets out of that crazy jam by getting Alejandro Kirk to break his bat and ground into that double play that Mookie Betts turned so beautifully. And by the way, guys, the only other starting pitcher in Major League Baseball history to start a Game 6, record a win, and then come into Game 7 in relief and record another win is the Hall of Famer, the big unit, Randy Johnson. So this is legacy-defining stuff that we witnessed.
Company. Absolutely. He, when I saw him get back on the mound in Game 7, I thought his arm was going to fall off. I mean, he, in 2 days, 130 pitches, back-to-back games, incredible. Blue Jays might have blown their only opportunity because the Dodgers are plus 350 to repeat already going into the season. So I don't know. They were inches away on 2 different plays. The Miguel Rojas gunning IKF at home by inches. Will Smith's shoe almost came off of the plate, and the Pages colliding catch. It was just unbelievable to watch.
I agree with what you said about the Blue Jays kind of blowing their chance. Springer's getting old, man. He's getting up there, and I don't think that he'll be able to continue at this level. I don't think the Blue Jays are going to be able to go back to the World Series in the next 10 years.
Yeah, so. He is withered.
Yeah, and I was really hopeful for that Blue Jays team. The loss knocks me down in the Stick to Sports rankings a little bit, but what can you do? That's life.
Little tease for later.
All right, well, boys, American history has Black Tuesday, and the MLB has Black Monday, as multiple stars all across the sport chose to opt out of their contracts and enter free agency. Starting out in Boston, we saw star third baseman Alex Bregman opt out of the remaining 2 years and $120 million left on his deal. Alex, do you think he made the right move?
I think he did. And I think he made the right move because, he still had 2 years left on that contract. But at the beginning of the season, Connor, I mean, he was firing. He was an MVP candidate. He finished the season with batting .273 with 18 homers and 62 RBIs. But, man, that first month of the season, he was batting .300. He had 15 home runs, really quick. It was amazing to see. He was the rock of that team to start out the season. And once he went down with that quad injury, I mean, they really struggled and went up and down. I think he should go and test free agency. I mean, reunion with the Astros?
His swing is certainly tailored for both Houston and Boston, having those shorter left fields with those big walls. You mentioned how well Bregman played in Boston, and they really needed him as that veteran leader. He's a 2-time World Series champion, and this Boston team is a team that has a lot of youth.
Yeah.
So having Alex Bregman as a veteran leader is certainly very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. I think that you should be paid what you're worth, and he was on fire in the early season. So I think injuries aside and all of that, I think we could get Bregman. We can see him in his early season form, and he'll get his bag.
Go get your bag. Go get your bag. 31 years old.
Fellas.
Yeah. But staying in the AL East, we're going to head on over to the Bronx as outfielder Cody Bellinger has declined his 1-year, $25 million option to remain with the Yankees. Connor, with Cody having such a good season in the Bronx, does this move come as a surprise to you that he opted out?
Yeah, Alex, it honestly really does come as a surprise to me. In the Bronx this year, Bellinger hit .302. tallying 18 home runs and a 909 OPS plus. At Yankees, however, on the road away from Yankee Stadium, only hitting 241, 11 homers, a 715 OPS. So that's a major difference of about 200 points. So he's certainly going from an MVP candidate in the Bronx to just a below average player when you look at his OPS numbers. So honestly, it comes as a shock to me. I understand wanting to be paid more than $25 million a year, but he's going to struggle not having that short porch tailored to his swing.
Absolutely. And his lefty swing, like we said, tailored absolutely to Yankee Stadium. And, if you're the Yankees, this might be a blessing in disguise. Maybe. He played so well for you, but he was kind of a no-show in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, his speed, defense, glove, amazing. But this will be a good test and a good opportunity for the Yankees to give Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones possibly coming up this year to develop and get some good reps in. I don't think that's a bad idea.
I actually think I was actually going to say that. I think that Spencer Jones is an elite prospect, and everyone was asking for him to come up last season. I think now they're going to get their wish.
Let's see what he can do.
All right. Finally staying in New York, but transferring across town, Mets All-Star closer Edwin Diaz has opted out of his remaining 2-year and $37 million contract. Diaz is 31 and coming off another great season for the Mets. Alex, do you think that he will cash in this winter on the open market?
I think that he will cash in on the open market, Sammy. And I think that there are a lot of closers or a lot of teams in this league that are one step away in that bullpen from, closing in on a deal and signing an elite reliever like Diaz. He had a subpar outing the season prior to this year, but he returned to form. And a team like the Padres having Robert Suarez and Edwin Diaz as a 1-2 punch coming out of the bullpen, that's what I see realistically, but I can see a bunch of high roll pay teams signing him in an instant.
Suarez did unfortunately also opt out, flew under the radar, but we mentioned all of these big market teams needing closing pitchers, needing just guys to come out of that back end of that bullpen. Diaz, he had $37 million over the course of 2 years left on his deal. He wants $20 million a year. That's why he opted out. That 37 is not enough for him over the course of 2 years, which is kind of crazy to say.
Yeah.
So look for these big market teams, Mets, Yankees, Dodgers, Red Sox, to be throwing a lot of money at him. With all that being said, we're going to throw it to a quick break for a little bit. When we come back, Alex is going to pay his respects at the New York Jets funeral.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back to... Hey, everybody. What's up? Welcome back to Stick to Sports. A lot has happened in the NFL world over the past couple of days and even the last couple of hours. So let's dive in. We got bad luck continuing for the Commanders as Jaden Daniels is expected to miss another several games with a dislocated elbow. Additionally, Marshawn Lattimore has been confirmed to have an ACL tear, and Luke McCaffrey has been ruled out the rest of the season with a broken collarbone. So, Sammy, is there someone to blame for these injuries, or do we have another case of a Commander's curse on the loose?
Frankie Louva was the reason that the no, I'm just kidding. I think that we have Dan Quinn to blame. I think that when you have an all-star quarterback, one of the best in the league right now, and you are down 4 scores, and you're like, you know what? We have a chance.
Throw him back out there.
We have a chance. You know, we got Marcus Mariota on the bench, but we have a chance, man. And I think it's stupid for doing that. I literally have, why did Quinn keep him in? I wish I could go into it. I wish I could go into his brain and think like, yeah, let me keep my all-star QB in. Let's do that, man. No, you never, ever do that. Put Mariota in, dude. Oh my goodness. Anything that happens, it's his fault from here on out.
Sammy, you're gonna blame Dan Quinn. I'm gonna blame Northwest Stadium. The stadium the Commanders play in, we saw it collapse on Jalen Hurts a couple of years ago. Jaden Daniels with a season-ending injury. RG3, I don't think it was in that stadium, but maybe it's just the Commanders as a team are cursed.
Yeah, I mean, athletic QBs.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, the Commanders' GM Adam Peters and head coach Dan Quinn deserve the generational collapse that is about to unfold on the Commies 2025 season. When you have a rookie quarterback taking you to the NFC Championship game last year, which was something completely out of the water. You're the first time in 20 years you've seen playoff success, and you don't invest in the offensive line. I'm sorry, you deserve for the collapse that's about to happen.
I agree, Connor. And coming out of college, coming out of LSU, Jaden Daniels was 6'4", 205. You know, he's the skinny, lanky guy who really quick. And the Commanders know that, and they have history with it. So you got to, be careful and take him out of the game, especially when he's had 2 other injuries this year. But I'm not a coach.
All right, boys. After a 1-7 start to start the season, the New York Jets have traded away Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams within a matter of hours. Sauce Gardner was the shocker of the afternoon after the Jets re-signed him to a 4-year, $120 million contract just 4 months ago. The Jets received 2 first-round picks in return for Sauce and a second-year wide receiver in Adonai Mitchell. Just an hour later, the Jets would trade another all-pro caliber player in Quinnen Williams for a 2026 second-round pick and a 2027 first-round pick. With the trade deadline over and the fire sale over, Alex, how you feeling, man? Do you need a hug?
I might need a hug. It's been a lot. Sauce? Yeah, thanks, Sammy.
I got you, buddy.
I appreciate it. Look, man, the last time the Jets made the playoffs, I was 5 years old. I was watching Darrelle Revis. I was watching Antonio Cromartie. I was watching goddamn Bart Scott. And for 15 years, I'm going to graduate college next year. Last time they went to the playoffs in general, not one, I was 5 years old. I have watched continuous regimes, continuous rebuilds. I have watched GM after GM after coach get fired, and I'm 20 years old, okay? Don't get me wrong. A lot of value in that Sauce Gardner trade. I think the Colts actually overpaid for him. I'll take 2 first-round picks. I'll take another first-round pick for Quinnen Williams. We got 5 first-round picks over the next 2 years. Darren Muji is our new GM. He came from the Broncos. He has already proven in his first year at GM that he is not afraid to make moves. He's traded away guys with expiring contracts for, people to refill positions who are 24 years old. It's amazing. He's doing well. He drafted well this year, but you have 5 first-round picks. That is all you need to start a rebuild. 31 out of 32 teams in the NFL could start a new regime and rebuild and go to the playoffs in the next couple of years off 5 first-round picks. And so help me, Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn, if you do not figure it out this year, I'm going to have to revoke my Jets fandom card soon. It's that bad, okay? You have 2 first-round picks this year, 2 second-round picks this year. Next year, 3 first-round picks, more second-round picks. Start a new regime, draft a new QB, get some weapons that isn't just Garrett Wilson, and please fix this squad. I'm begging you, please.
In addition to acquiring Quinnen Williams, the Cowboys also traded for linebacker Logan Wilson from the Cincinnati Bengals. Wilson has put up 541 total tackles over 5 seasons, with the Bengals giving the Cowboys' bottom 5 ranked defense a little bit of hope. Wilson has been subpar to his standards this year, but he might be a new face the boys in blue need. Mike, how do you feel about the Cowboys' acquisitions at this deadline?
I mean, the Dallas Cowboys are going to Dallas Cowboy. That's plain and simple. We sign a linebacker from the worst defense in the league. He's been awful this year, and I don't know what Jerry Jones thinks is going to happen when he shows up to probably the second worst defense in the league, arguably the first, worse than the Bengals. But Quinnen Williams, a great person to come into this team. I think he'll be worlds better than Mozzie Smith, who we gave up. So very happy about that one.
I was going to say I agree. I think that Quinnen Williams will outperform what he did on the Jets. I think that with the defensive scheme that they have right now, I think
Get ready to learn Eberflus, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Eberflus. I think that they have a crazy D-tackle duo right now with Kenny Clark and him, and I think that the run game that with Jerry needed to address has been addressed, but everything else hasn't been. So,
I mean, Logan Wilson isn't going to move the needle. I'm
no,
sorry.
he is, bro.
No.
But Cowboys are going to Cowboy.
Yeah, no, he's certainly not going to move the needle. And if anybody bothered to watch that Bengals-Bears game on Sunday, we can clearly see that any player who is on the Cincinnati Bengals defense is questionable at
A
best.
TikToker and influencer.
Well,
favorite
we
receiver.
are going to take a quick break, guys. But when we come back, we'll head into the fast break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Stick to Sports here on WTOP 10.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
If you like action, romance, and highbrow humor,
surface is this? Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
There's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Welcome to the Fast Break, where sharp minds meet sharper questions. Let's jump right in. Thank the gods! The NBA has returned, and with it comes triumphs and failures. Some teams have been looking great so far, and others not so much. I wanted to ask the guys their thoughts on the season so far, along with some takeaways that they have. Start with you, Connor.
My one key takeaway, guys, after watching this first week and a half or so of games, I have the Spurs are actually kind of playing like playoff contenders right now.
They're disgusting.
They started off 5-0. They're currently 5-1. They started off 5-0 for the first time in their historic franchise's history. I mean, we all know about Duncan and Popovich. Victor Wembanyama currently ranks as the NBA's second best player per possession according to wins above replacement. You know I love my war stats if you watch this show. And on top of that, the Spurs currently have the second best defense in the league, allowing the second fewest points per game inside the paint.
Do you think all the monk training he did really helped?
It might have. And on top of that, their offense, it's ranked 9th right now, so that's it could be better. They're without all-star point guard De'Aaron Fox, so it's only going to get better.
Yeah, and Wemby, I hate to bring up betting every single time that it's cut to me.
Especially with the next segment.
Yeah, exactly. But Wemby is now the favorite right now to win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and Most Improved Player, all in the same season. I think that would be
the Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. But no, Spurs are amazing. My takeaway from this first week of this season is Philadelphia 76ers might have something going, and it's all because of two people. Tyrese Maxey's historic scoring burst that he's had in this first 6 games. He's averaging 33.7 points per game and 9 assists through 6 games.
Whoa.
And it's his birthday tonight. He might drop 40 again.
Happy birthday, Tyrese.
Happy birthday, Tyrese. And VJ, Rookie of the Year, Edgecombe. This kid coming out of Baylor, disgusting. He looks like a mix of Harden with his playmaking abilities and shot creation, and a young D-Rose with his explosiveness and finishing at the rim. I mean, he is averaging 25 and 5 out the gate, and he just looks like he's ready for the NBA. So with Jared McCain, Paul George, and Embiid hopefully getting healthy throughout the season in a wide-open Eastern Conference, the Sixers could compete later in the season. It's yet to be seen, though.
Yeah, fellas, and plain and simple for me, this Boston Celtics team cannot get it done without Jason Tatum. They look terrible. 3-5 on the year. What are we doing?
19-year-old Jason Tatum. All right, staying on the court, kind of. The biggest gambling scandal this millennia has hit the NBA. Players, coaches, and front offices around the league are under fire after 3 arrests. 3 arrests have rocked the sports world. Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat player Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones were arrested on multiple different gambling charges. Alex, if you're Adam Silver, where do you go from here?
It's really tough, Sammy. And the problem that we have with online sports gambling is that now it's so embedded into our culture, and everybody is starting to take advantage of technological advancements, and how we see ads for DraftKings and you can bet at your fingertips whenever you want. And now coaches and players have started to catch on to that, and they're starting to get around the system because they know that they have leeway in this industry. I mean, Damon Jones, assistant head coach or on the coaching staff for the Milwaukee Bucks, friends with LeBron, knew that LeBron wasn't going to play before a game and told bettors to go hammer his under for $100,000. I mean, there are ways that coaches, coaching staff, players can find ways to get around, and Adam Silver is probably going to have to address it. They tried to ban online gambling in New York State at least, but a lot of repercussions and a lot of modifications have to be done. Otherwise, it's going to destroy the sport, not just the NBA, but the whole industry.
You mentioned it destroying the sport, Alex, and I honestly think it's kind of almost teetering on that line of destroying it with the Terry Rozier being involved in this, and a current active player, guard for the Heat. The allegations against him were when he was a member of the Charlotte Hornets, but still the fact that you have an active player in your league who's potentially throwing games in order to for financial gain, or maybe the people that he's throwing the games for have some dirt on him, I don't know. That's what most of the time that's a common theme in a lot of these cases. But the fact that it's affecting players and players who are making decent money is definitely scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, as we wrap up with the fast break, I got a curveball for the guys. Moving over to the ice, Islanders rookie Matthew Schaefer has been on a tear this season, breaking a ton of records and setting up a new culture in New York hockey. Mike, do you think we're seeing the beginning of a wonderful player, or do you think his first year of luck will run out?
I mean, Sammy, we're seeing something that we've never seen before. Plain and simple.
Yep.
I think he's going to keep on running along.
Fair enough. I agree.
Yeah, I just want to give a little quick love to Schaefer. He went from playing junior hockey last year with the Erie Otters at 17 years old to now being just 2 months into his year 18 on this earth, and he is running point on the #1 power play unit for the New York Islanders. That means he's their #1 option. He is the top scoring threat on that team. He's 18 years old, and he's a defenseman.
Yeah, it's good with the Islanders being so lackluster in recent seasons. It's nice to see that they can at least develop a really young, talented player in Schaefer.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'm all done here, but don't go anywhere. We have extra innings coming at you after the break.
If it's hockey,
In front, they score!
it's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams. How do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Oh boy!
I feel like I triggered. Almost like.
Back in to stick to sports, last but not least, let's head to extra innings for this week's picks, taking a look at the standings. And fellas, we got 2 ties.
I know.
Me and Connor tied for first. There's us with the standings, I think, behind us.
Yeah, we're covering it.
See if we can get those in. And then Sammy and Alex, I believe, 1 game behind.
5 and 4, 6 and 3.
There it is.
There we go. Yeah, there.
I had a crazy comeback.
It's gonna come down to the wire, boys.
Yeah, it is.
We're in for a really, really tough finish.
Certainly the best season we've had.
Absolutely.
Right.
No runaway winners.
It's that time of year again. Baseball has ended in the worst way possible for the 2nd year in a row. A ton of players showed up and showed out for their teams, but unfortunately, only 2 players can win the MVPs. What you got, Connor?
In the AL, it's simple. It's Judge. I mean, I know there's all this talk of rally with voter fatigue. I'm sorry, Judge beats him in WAR, and that's what it comes down to. Beats him in F-WAR, he beats him in B-WAR. And then for the NL, it's Ohtani. We all have the same picks. These are the top 2 stars in baseball. They lead WAR every year. This is who's getting it.
Yeah, this is the 2 faces of the league. I mean, Judge was, 800 points in front of Raleigh in average. That alone should scream to you. They're trying to make up all these stats about like Raleigh's postseason and regular season home runs.
Postseason doesn't count in NBA.
Postseason doesn't count in MVP. It's Judge and Ohtani. Simple.
Plain and simple.
I was going to say, I would say the exact same things they would, but I don't want to. Judge and Ohtani.
Yeah.
All right. From the diamond to the gridiron we go as Mac Jones and the San Francisco 49ers take on Matt Stafford and the Rams at home on Sunday. And with this being a division rivalry game setting up to be a fantastic performance, Alex, who do you have taking the fight for Levi Stadium?
I got the Rams, and I think they're going to play with a little fire underneath them after losing to the Niners in that OT Thursday Night Football game earlier in the season. Mac Jones got their number once. He's not going to get their number again. Give me the Rams.
I agree. You know, I hate Mac Jones on this TV show, and that's not going to stop. Give me the Rams, baby.
Be the Rams.
So much hate for the San Francisco 49ers, but they always get it done. Mac Jones looked beautiful against the Giants last week. I don't care that it's the Giants. Mac Jones looked great, and I think he's going to carry that into next week and beat the Rams 31-30.
The Niners defense is injured beyond all belief, and they gave up 24 points or more in back-to-back weeks to bottom 3rd offenses in Houston and the Giants. I think Matt Stafford and the Rams being a top 10 offense going to have a field day.
Well, finally we'll head over to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field as the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles come into Monday Night Football to face the Tucker Craftless Green Bay Boys.
That's amazing.
How do we see this one playing out?
Well, Tucker Kraft, man, he was that team. He was the heart and soul of that team. Give me the Eagles, bro. Jalen Hurts is going to get it done. He's a winner, and he'll win again.
And he's a top 5 quarterback, and he's going to show why.
He's not Justin Herbert.
They're coming out of a bye week. Eagles are going to blow out the Packers. No Tucker Kraft, no win, baby.
Packers only able to score a lowly 13 points against the Carolina Panthers last week when they're supposed to be Super Bowl contenders. The Eagles just improved their secondary with Michael Carter and Jair Alexander, and they're coming off a bye. Give me the Eagles, fly, baby.
And that Packers offense just didn't look good enough to get it done last week. They're not going to be able to get it done against the defending Super Bowl champs. Give me the Eagles. I don't remember what my score was, but that's fine.
Jalen Hurts will prove who he is. But that's all the time we have on this episode of Stick to Sports. Be sure to tune in next week right here on WTOP 10. Now we will see that.
Hello, Bubcam.
Hello again.
Hi, Bubcam. I might start a fire there. I went straight in.
I got to pick up my sauce jersey.